Hi there, I'm Peter Millard, and this is 10-Minute Workshop, where 10 minutes in the workshop is never enough. In the workshop this week, well, after the big job comes the big cleanup, and I've got an armful of primary colours to find out which wipes work well. That's coming up next. So, big job over, big cleanup starting. I'm not particularly precious about my gear, as you can probably tell, but pretty much everything I own is covered with a fine layer of spray paint. Some things like tools, well, I don't baby them, I don't cosset them, but I don't abuse them either. I'd quite like to get those cleaned up. Some things don't matter, like the clamps and whatever, but I'd be curious to see how well they clean up. And some things I really do care about, like my Miroc Square. It's just covered in a fine layer of spray paint. I really wouldn't want to scrub at this particularly hard. So I bought myself a couple of packs of each of the common types of wet wipes, industrial trade wipes, to see how they fare on dried paint dust like this. So I just picked up a couple of packs of each of these from my local Screwfix and tool station. I didn't really bother with brands, it was whatever they had in stock, much as you would if you needed them. It happens to turn out that these two are heavier duty industrial, so they're mildly abrasive, much like some of the comments I get. And these two are just sort of regular wipes. They all claim to be antibacterial and full of aloe vera, so they're kind to your hands, but they also claim to remove paint and grease and oil and dirt and grime from tools as well. I don't know if that includes dried paint, but let's give them a try and see how. So let's start with our Festool CTL Cis. It's got a very Jackson Pollock kind of paint spatter over the top of this. As I say, I'm not especially precious about this. I'd just as soon have a go at it with a kitchen scourer and some spray cleaner. But let's give these wipes a try and see what we can get. So first up, we've got the Positively Demure Zep Commercial Multitask Wipes. Removes adhesives, wet foam, wet paint, tar sealants, They're quite small, so I'll grab a couple of those and then try and force the other ones back in. Oh dear. So, I suspect that's going to dry out really fast. Let's give these a whirl. I'm going to have a go at each corner of this. They're working. I don't know if they're working better than an ordinary wet cloth would work. It is taking quite a lot of effort to get into the ingrained paint and muck. Interesting, it's also finding some of the green paint that I was spraying as well, so there's obviously quite a lot of ingrained paint in there. So it's not perfect, but in pretty short order it's got the bulk of it out of there, including, as I say, some of the ingrained green paint that I was spraying early on as well in another room. So all things considered, I'd say that's pretty good, considering this is an ordinary wet wipe kind of thing rather than a heavy duty industrial abrasive one. So yeah, there's a couple of bits there that would need a bit more work, a bit more effort. Overall, not bad first effort for the Multitask Zep wipes. But we're keeping one of those in the van. Next up, we've got the Max Pro heavy duty wipes. These are slightly abrasive and textured, highly abrasive apparently. So let's give these a try. Take two of those out. So we'll try this corner. There's some very ingrained old paint on here, which is going to take a bit more going, but it is getting there actually. Yeah, not bad. So next, let's try multi-use Wonder Wipes from Everbuild. This is different, it's got a slidey lid. Again, non-abrasive on this. Take a couple of those out. These are distinctly wetter than the other ones. Again, the lack of abrasive surface to them does make them work more slowly. Otherwise they'll be gentler on whatever you're using it on. Again, there are a couple of bits of very ingrained muck in here. It's taking a bit more persuading to come off, but I suspect it's been there longer than the spraying. There's absolutely no damage to the tool itself. So last of all, we try the big wipes. Now, you might be forgiven for thinking that big wipes were the only game in town. They're certainly marketing themselves very aggressively at trade shows and tool fairs. You can't walk past the stand without somebody covered in muck and grease trying to show you how great they are. Let's give them a try and see. Whoops! These are the big wipes, blue top. These are the heavier duty industrial ones, a bit more abrasive than the others. Apart from that stubborn little bit there, I don't know why that's not coming off. But the big wipes do seem to have brought up that corner cleaner than the others. So far pretty good all round, but I've got to say I think the big wipes did work better. There are a couple of little bits that just aren't shifting, but considering this paint's been there for a little while, I'm not overly surprised at that. So the final test for this is going to be my little Miroc square. Poor thing's covered in overspray. Obviously this is very delicate, so I don't want to start scrubbing at this with a scourer or anything really abrasive. So we'll start with the non-abrasive Zep Commercial Multitask Wipes. So perhaps because the acrylic is very smooth, that's actually come up extremely clean straight away with just a wet, non-abrasive cleaner. I'll try the other one now. That's the Zep Task Wipes. Let's try the other one, the non-abrasive Wonder Wipes. There we are, both non-abrasive wipes. There's your Miroc square, almost as good as new. It needs a little bit more work, but it hasn't sort of damaged the really super fine cutouts or anything, and it hasn't hasn't scratched the surface, so you can still see through it, which is the main thing. So can we really declare a winner amongst these four? I don't know really. The two non-abrasive wipes, the Wonder Wipes and the Zep Wipes, perform very similarly. Certainly on the Miroc square, they didn't sort of scratch the acrylic at all. They performed very well. Pretty much a wash between those two. Between the abrasive wipes, we've got the Maxi Pro heavy duty wipes, and the big wipes, blue top, scrub and clean. The big wipes, I would say, were a little bit more aggressive, a little bit more abrasive, and if that's something you need, then it might be worth having those instead of the Maxi Pro heavy duty wipes. However, there is a cost attached. The big wipes were far and away the most expensive. The other three were within a few pence of £7 a tub for a tub of 100. The big wipes were £12 for a tub of 100 as well. So, you know, getting on for double the price. Are they worth twice as much? I don't know. They certainly performed very well. Only you can make that decision as to whether you'd rather have twice as many almost as the slightly less aggressive pack. But that's it for this week. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you found it useful. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Take care.